A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him who brings glad tidings, announcing peace, bearing good news, announcing salvation, and saying to Zion, "Your God is King." Hark, your sentinels raise a cry. Together they shout for joy, for they see directly before their eyes the Lord restoring Zion. Break out together in song, O ruins of Jerusalem, for the Lord comforts his people. He redeems Jerusalem. The Lord has bared his only arm in the sight of all the nations. All the ends of the earth will behold the salvation of our God. The word of the Lord.
Our first reading on this Christmas Day comes from the prophet Isaiah. We are invited by our three readings for this Sunday's Mass of the Day to focus on Jesus. So our basic question is, who is this Jesus whose birth we celebrate? Who is he? You know, it will look ridiculous to the world if we Christians celebrate Christmas with all types of rituals, with all types of decorations, but we miss out on the most important question: who was born and who is he? In the first reading, we find a prophecy from Isaiah about a God who will come back to his people as king. The God who will be king. And God will come back to his people to bring glad tidings. And what will be the good news that this God will bring to his people? It is a message of restoration. Zion, Mount Zion, Jerusalem, the city Jerusalem, lying in ruins, will be restored, will be rebuilt. And we know that this is not just the physical setting. When Zion and the temple Jerusalem are ruined or set to destruction, it is not just a building that is destroyed. It is not just a hill that is destroyed. It is the very identity of a people. And so the restoration of the sacred mountain is a restoration of a people's dignity and identity. So the people are being restored by a God who will come to them, a God who sees from afar, but is very near to them. And this God will come to save. This God will not allow a people walking in darkness to remain in that darkness. This God will not allow a people wallowing in sin and misery to remain there. God comes to save them, to bring new life, to offer hope. And in this coming of the God who restores and saves, the glory of God will be manifested in and through his people, in and through the holy mountain of Zion, in and through the holy city of Jerusalem. Beautiful images of restoration, images of redemption, images of healing, images also of hope, of mission, of the glory of God spreading all over the world, simply because God comes to his people. We Christians believe that this prophecy is fulfilled in Jesus. And how blessed is he who brings glad tidings of restoration, of healing, of salvation, and of God's glory to a people made weary by destruction, sinfulness. My dear brothers and sisters, who is Jesus? Jesus is the God, the King, who comes to us. And when you are asked, especially the young, the children, when you are asked to account for the celebration of Christmas, when people ask you, why do you celebrate? Don't say only because Jesus is born. Make sure you add right away who Jesus is. He is Emmanuel. He is God with us. He is King with us. He comes to restore us, to save us, to heal us, and to show us the glory of God.